as you all know that this Zoom platform provides us a facility to host a video or audio conferencing with our student. So in the same way, you can conduct your classes online. How we have connected here, you can share your meeting ID with your student, and you can schedule your classes, you can schedule your period. After creating your schedule, you can share the that schedule or period chart with your student, and on the same time when you will schedule your meeting, they can join you, and you can conduct your class, you can deliver your lecture through this video conferencing. Audio will be there, video will be there, and you can share your chapter, you can share any video, you can share any file. So if you have created your content, so also that content will able to deliver there. After that, there is, in next session, again we will provide you a training of our mobile application. So we have developed a one mobile application by the name of Cyber School Manager. Using that application, you can communicate with your student, you can send them assignment, you can send the messages to a particular student, to a whole class. If you want to send any circular, you can send circular also. So all that kind of communication, kind of information is available there. As a school, as a teacher, you can send the information to the student, and as a parent or as a student, they will get that information, and you can communicate through using Cyber School Manager. Here, how you have to conduct your online classes. So we are going to start that. First of all, yesterday I get some query on the WhatsApp group that, do you need to sign up? Yes, you all need to sign up on your Zoom account, because without sign up you will not able to get your personal meeting ID. And without getting your personal meeting ID, without registering, without sign up on the Zoom account, you cannot host a class. So if you have to host your class, then it is mandatory to register there, and you have to sign up there. So what is the procedure for sign up? Just I'll explain you that how you can sign up here. When you open your mobile app, so there you go, get three options. One is sign up, then next one is signing, and in the center you will get a join meeting. So I hope you all are aware about this screen. So when you click there on the join meeting, you join this meeting, but now you have to sign up. So you have to click there on the sign up option. When you click there on the sign up option, it will ask about your details like date of birth, your email ID. You can register there using your Google account, your Gmail ID, or your Facebook account. So you have to mention the information, you have to enter your details there. After entering the detail, it will send you a verification email on your email. Then you have to open your email, and there you have to verify your email. You have to click the activate account link. When you will click there on the activate account link, it will open a reset password form. So there you need to create your password. After creating your password, your account will be registered successfully. Then again, you have to come back. You have to click on the sign in option. When you click there on the sign in option, then there you need to enter your email ID and your password which you have created during your registration. So after entering your email ID or your password, then you will able to log in here in a Zoom account, and after that you can host your meeting with your class. You can host an online class. So using my screen here, we can share our screen also with our students. So here I'll show that how we can share our screen. When you click there on your mobile, you will get option of, first option you will get of audio. So I request you all that you all have to enable your audio. Yesterday also I share a one video in the group. There I mentioned that you have to activate use internet to enable your audio. So in any case, if somebody missed that, then here also after joining a meeting, it will ask about the allow video. So you have to click there on the allow video. If I can see that somebody's video, somebody's picture is not visible here, so in that case, you have not allow your video also. So if you want to share your video with your class, then again you need to click there on the allow video. After allowing the audio and video, your student can see you and they can hear your voice. Till the time they are not able to allow the audio, they will not able to hear you and you cannot communicate with them. So this is mandatory. You have to give the instructions that if they can enable it with the internet, this is very good. Otherwise, after joining the meeting, you have to give them the instruction, please allow your video and audio. After allowing audio and video, they can communicate with you. You can see, you can deliver your lecture. So now I'm going to share your video. Next on your screen, you will get an option of share screen or share. So when you click there on the share, after clicking there on the share, you will get multiple option that you can share your screen, you can share your note, OneDrive, you can share your Google Drive. So from there, if you want to share any ebook or any content or any chapter with your mobile, with, using your phone, if something have you in your mobile or in your gallery, that also you can send to your student. So now I'm going to share my screen so that I can share again, show you that how to register there on the Zoom account. This is my screen. Can you see all?
Yes, sir.
So as all you can see my screen here, I have already opened zoom.us website. So if you are using your mobile, then no need to open this website. But if you want to do this conferencing, then you have to use your PC and your laptop. Then you need to open zoom.us in your browser. After opening this website, you will get the option of sign up. Here you can see the option of sign up, it's free. Then you have to click here on the sign up. After clicking here on the sign up, it will ask about the date of birth. So you have to mention the date of birth. Then you have to click here on the continue. The same steps you will get in your mobile also. So when you click there on the sign up, then it will ask about your date of birth and then it will ask about your email ID. So here you have to enter your email ID or you can sign in with your Google or Facebook account. So you have to enter your email ID and after that you have to click there on the sign up. So when you click there on the sign up, it will send a verification email to you and then you have to go back in your emails. There you have to check the email and then you have to verify that email and you have to set your password. So this is all about how you can set up your account, how you can register yourself on the Zoom account. After doing all this, then you have to make your class schedule. Like I'll show you that how you can make your class schedule. This is a simple chart which all the other schools are doing. Like here, day wise, you can schedule your subject. Like here, Monday, this school is taking period for English and science. Then next is a Tuesday. Tuesday, they are taking period of maths and Hindi. Then Wednesday. In the same way, you have to create a schedule for your own class. And after creating this schedule, you need to create a timetable. I'll show you that how you can create a timetable. This is a sample of timetable. So in the same way, your school authorities can create this timetable with respect to the class and then you can schedule your meetings. So here you can see that this timetable is for class 7th of new session, session 2021. Here you can see the day, then after that you can see the timings and then you can see the subject name, then there is a teacher name and there is a Zoom ID. Zoom ID, again I am repeating, you will get only after sign up your account. When you signing there on the Zoom, then you will get a ID there, and that ID you need to share with your student. I show you that how you can schedule this all timetable. When you open this Zoom icon, after signing, when you open this Zoom icon, then you will get an option of schedule meeting. This is a schedule meeting. So all you have to schedule a class for your period. So here you need to click on the schedule, and here you can type the topic like class 3 English. Then you need to select the date. For example, tomorrow you want to conduct your class, or Monday you want to conduct your class. Then you have to select the date. Then you have to select the time. If you want to take a class 11 o'clock, then here is a time. If you want to change it, then simply just 10 a.m. you can type. Duration you have to make it 30 minutes, because as a basic account you will get a limitation of 40 minutes. You cannot extend your period more than 40 minutes. So limitation of timing is there. Your class session can be a maximum of 40 minutes. So after that you can select this meeting ID. Here you can see we have two options. One is generate automatically, and next one is personal meeting ID. If you will select here generate automatically, then it will generate a meeting ID automatically, and all the time when student will join your class, they need a meeting ID, and it will create confusion that which meeting ID they need to enter. So here you need to click on personal meeting ID. In your mobile also you will get same option. There you will get to enable personal meeting ID. So you have to click there. When you click there, it will enable, and the icon look like in a blue color. Shape of icon will change in blue color. So you have to click there on personal meeting ID. After that you can enter your password. You can enter any custom password there according to your choice. Then there is next option, video. So you have to allow host and participant both for the video. If you off this video for host, means your video, your picture will not be visible there to student. Then next is participant. Participant means your student. If you will do it off, then you cannot see the images of your student. You cannot see their video. So you have to allow for both host and participants. Then next option, you have to click there on the advanced options. So when you click there on the advanced option, here you can see the options. Enable waiting room. Yes, you have to enable waiting room. You have to click here on this button, enable waiting room. If you will not enable waiting room, then anybody from outside using your meeting ID can join your class. So you have to restrict other persons. You have to make privacy. Then you have to click here on the enable waiting room. So when you will start your class, it will ask about the permission. When anybody want to join your class, you will get a notification that this person want to enter in your online class. There you have to allow or you have to reject. If you will click there on the allow, only after that they can join. The same thing you already seen before joining this meeting. When some of you want to join my session, here you was getting an option that host is not starting a meeting, you are there in the waiting room. So only after when I start my class, my training session, then I allow you and you are able to attend this session. Then next option is enable join before host. We don't have to check this option. If we will enable this option, then before starting your class, before you student can start your meetings, they can join the online class, and it will kill our time. So we have to make it disable. The next option is mute participants on entry. Yes, we have to mute everybody there in the classroom. So after some time you can allow them to speak, but to avoid unnecessary sounds, unnecessary disturbance from background, you have to click here mute participants on entry. So they will join, but they cannot talk anything. If they will talk, then there will be no disturbance for anybody. Then next option is automatically record meeting on the local computer. Yes, you can record your lectures. Like I am recording this session, so I will share this session later on. So if anybody is missed, if there is voice issue, if there is any video issue, if some disturbance is there and internet is there, some of you not able to connect the session. So later on, I'll share the video of this recording, this training. So you can go through with the training, whatever you have missed, there you can see and you can cover your details. So this option you will get only in your laptop or your computer, not in your mobile. So if you want to record your class session, then obviously you have to use your computer or your laptop. There only you can record your meeting. But if you want to conduct your class using your mobile, then you can conduct, but you cannot make a recording there. So after doing all this, just you have to click there on the schedule and it will schedule your meeting. I'll show you that here in the meeting. When you click there, accordingly you can create your calendar. In the same way your meeting will be scheduled. So after that, just you have to click there, show meeting invitation. Here you will, it will show you your meeting ID and password, so that you need to share. If you want to send them the invitation, then copy invitation is there. Just you have to click there on the copy invitation and you can send this invitation in mobile app. You can send this invitation in Cyber School mobile app, or you can create a circular for them. I'll tell you in the another session that how you can create the circulars in the mobile application. So this is all about that how you can schedule your classes. Now I'm going to explain you that how you can share the content, how you can share the videos with your class. So you can run any video from your device. Like I'm connected here with my laptop, so I can play YouTube here. I can open any of the source. If you have any e-content available, e-Diksha is there, then there is extra marks, MindSpark, lot of many publishers are available. So nowadays they are providing content free of cost. Easily you can conduct a class. There lot of pages, lot of exercise are there. So you can go through with them. And after that, when you want to share with your student, then just open your browser and there you have to enter the link and easily you can able to give them the training of any of the chapter. Like here, I'm going to open solar system. What is a solar system? So if I want to explain about the solar system, so here I can open the browser, or if I want to run a video, then simply I can run a video or I can show them the picture. So here using a picture also you can explain them what is the solar system, what are the entities available in universe. So in the same way you can take your class, you can explain the topic, or related to the same thing, there are lot of digital content is available, that same you can share with your class. Like here some videos are also available, then simply just I have to click here on the video and it will run. So similarly you can run any video or any you can search using your browser. Another way, if you already have created something, if you have created any lesson for yourself or your class, for example you have created some PPT, then also you can explain your subject or your lessons using the PPT. So I'll show you that how you can explain that PPT. Just simply you have to share a screen and then you have to open the PPT and you have to run them. So after opening the PPT, here you can explain your chapter. Like I have created this sample PPT of the marketing. So it is all about like how you can explain about the marketing to my executives. So one by one you can explain about the topic. So in the same way you can create your own document as per your choice, as per your lesson plan. If you have an ebook, I have an example, I have a sample ebook also. So you can open the ebook also, or the same you can share with your student. Like this is an ebook of class 6 science. So in the same way, you can download ebooks from the internet also, and during your class, you can open the books, and here lot of exercise, lot of question answers are there. So you can explain. It is all about like how you are conducting your class. So in the same way, physically you are in your school, how you are taking your class. So here also you can take your class in the same way. You can open any of the chapter, and then you can explain the exercise, you can explain the topics. So everything you can explain here. This is a plant, part of plants. So in the same way you can open anything. Then here is a sample of worksheet. If you have create any worksheet, so that also you can share with your student, you can send them, and after doing that worksheet they can upload the answers back in mobile application. So you can check, and if any correction is there, so you can tell about the corrections. Okay, next we have here chat option also. You can chat with your student. Any of your student can send you a message. Here you have a option there under the chat. When you click there on the chat option, there it will give you an option. Four options are available here. No one. That means in your class you are not allowing anybody to chat. So you have to select no one. The next option is host only. Host only means as a teacher you can chat with your student, you can text any messages, they can read only but they cannot reply. The next option is everyone publicly. Everyone publicly means anybody can type anything and it will visible to all the other students. So publicly they can type and all other student can see what this particular student has typed. The next option is publicly and privately. Privately means one by one they can chat. They can chat to a specific student or they can chat to a teacher. So only teacher can see the message from a particular student. So as the host, you can select the option what kind of chat facility you want to provide your students. Like I'm texting you here. So I send this message to everyone. So all of you get this message on your screen. So in the same way, also you can type a message and all your student can see these messages. And if you ask any question, then there is an option of yes and no in the reaction. Like when they click there on the reaction, then there is a thumbs up. So they can create a thumbs up. You can see the thumbs up on the particular screen, and they can you can see the answer in yes or no. If they will thumbs up, that means yes. If they thumbs down, that means no. So in the same way, you can ask the question, they can thumbs up or thumbs down. Then there is an option of raise hand. When you click there, so you will get option of raise hand. You all can check when you click there, there is, and there you will get an option of raise hand.